So I have to admit, I'm kind of addicted to fishing and buying gear. I went out and I bought this new rod. This is a 13 Fishing Defy 7'1" medium fast. So it feels like it's gonna be a really good rod. So I went out and also bought a Daiwa Exceller 3000, put some 10-pound Cast King braid on there, and we're gonna go try to catch some stripers with it. I got a bunch of different baits I wanna try too. So there's this thing in freshwater fishing called forward-facing sonar, and it's really big now. It's like the only thing that all these professional guys are using, and basically it shows you live feed for where the bass are, and they're just throwing these little minnows on jig heads, which is what I've been doing my whole life, but now it's this big thing. So I went out and I bought these Yum forward-facing sonar swim baits, or jerk baits as they probably are in reality. They're like fluke style baits, but instead of having that little cut down the middle to put a hook in, they're a solid body swim bait and straight tails, or they have that little fork tail there, so there's no cut in the middle for a bait or for the hook to go through. So it's solid body, so I can rig it up with a little jig head and work it just like everything else. So we're gonna try that, and then I got a bunch of those because I know they're gonna work, but also this forward-facing sonar kit that has a bunch of different colors on them, because these were the only other forward-facing sonar baits that they had. So we're gonna try that, and then one thing I like to do for stripers I don't see a lot of people throw are shrimp. I got some voodoo shrimp, so we're gonna actually try the voodoo shrimp first, because there's a lot of shrimp where I'm going, and I think we're gonna get a good fish on that. On the new setup, $80 reel, $60 rod, and a little voodoo shrimp. Oh, that was a fun rod. That's pretty cool. Little tiny striper on the voodoo shrimp. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it in there, but he just completely chomped down on that thing. Ah, splashed my eyeball. Here we go, a little voodoo. I love throwing shrimp profiles for stripers. You don't see too many people do it, and it does catch some fish. Look at that, shrimp just hanging out of his mouth. Here we go, little tiny shrimp. They're not giant stripers, but when all you've been catching lately are fluke, and it's the middle of summer, you go out on a crisp 54-degree morning, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go throw shrimp for some striped bass. And this is what we're getting, I'll take it. Look at the little guy. Another one on that voodoo shrimp. Stripers love shrimps, babies. A low striper in the grass. Mwah. A better one on the shrimpy boy. A little bit better. They love shrimp. Shrimp. Here we go. Another bad boy on the shrimp. There we go. Nice little dude. Well, the GoPro behind me just died. This one I just turned on. Tiny micro. Again, turned off the GoPro. The one behind me is still overheated. Unbelievable. I guess that's just when these fish like to hit, man. When there's no cameras going. Jeez. All right, another one on the shrimp. Look at that. Cool. If you pay attention to everything around you, what kind of bait's in the water, like there are always shrimp. Anywhere in any back bay, whatever you can see, whatever you can find in the back bay, there are shrimp. There are also a bunch of little minnows, mud minnows, killies, spearing. Everything runs through the back, and they like hanging around rocks and docks, piers, things like that. So grab a shrimp, get a little voodoo shrimp, go catch some stripers. You can catch some fluke on it too. Maybe we'll take this out to go catch some fluke, just so I can prove to you guys that you can do that. And nobody's throwing shrimp for stripers. You're gonna have a blast. Get a little 7-foot 13 fishing Defy. This is a $60 rod. I got a cheap $80 Daiwa Exceller 3000 and Cast King line. Go have fun, go get something good, and you'll catch stripers. As long as you just enjoy catching fish and you're like, oh, I can only catch 60 pounders or I'm not going out. Don't be that guy. Just go enjoy fishing, go catch fish. Throw some shrimp for some stripers. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna go try to catch some more. Well, my last voodoo shrimp just flew off. Guess my uni to uni knot was a little bit too big for this guide and just popped off at the knot. All right, so I had my striper fix for today. I think I had, what, 6 or so? I'm gonna go try to catch some fluke, see if I can get some dinner for my wife. Let's go.